Good morning, everybody. I'm more than happy to welcome all of you to the second progress report of the year of 2022 and 23 students. So let me summarize a little bit about why we are here, because I think it's always good to remember time by time that our vision is to bring scientific knowledge, scientific results back to patients' benefits. This is the most important issue. In every day of our life, we have to make plenty of decisions in the morning visits, during the day, to give antibiotics, not to give antibiotics, to do minimal invasive intervention, not to do, whether discharge the patient or hospitalize the patient. And to make decisions is always the best for the patients if we do it in an evidence-based manner. Of course, our activity will result papers, impact factors, citations, PhD degrees, and so on. But the major issue is to bring the scientific results back to patients' benefits as quick as we can. And our mission is to change a culture about the treatments, because until now, it was no program for resident doctors, for healthcare professionals to learn the scientific methodologies, and this is what we brought in to the Hungarian medical system. And now seeing about the activities of you, I am more than confident that within a couple of years there will be many doctors in Hungary who actually can use these kind of methodologies in a daily work. This program was designed by the most distinguished scientists, physician scientists in Europe. As you know, Academy of Europea has approximately 5,000 members, including 83 Nobel laureates. And this program were designed by Academy of Europea and the University of Péter together. And the major issue is definitely about to start the question already next to the patients and bring the knowledge back to the patients. Concerning the effectiveness of the program, it's not a question any longer that the results which come out is really excellent. One of the most distinguished journals in medicine, Nature Medicine, found it enough innovative and also original to publish this data, in which the biggest benefits going back to the patients. So this education actually, and I always refer, it started at the University of Péter. In 2017-18, it was 4 or 5 students only. The first group education were done from 2019 and 2020. And after it moved to the Semmelweis University to have it in a much larger scale. And currently 174 students are there. And our prediction is to have approximately 100 new candidates from the forthcoming seasons. I put this slide because I would like to remind each of you that currently you are in the golden year. If you ask the last year students, or if you ask your supervisors, whenever they get 4 days out for a year from the daily health care, they will smile, because almost there will be no time in your life career when you will have so much time for doing science. Currently, you are entitled and you are allowed to be 4 days out of your daily health care. So our really suggestion to you that use this time as efficient as you can, because from the forthcoming year, there will be only 1 day out from healthcare work, which will be much more difficult to do the scientific activity. 100 applicants we had last year, and 83 students were admitted actually to the program. And from what was the first phase, the first 3 months, actually we polished the question. You learned how to ask, how to find the most important question, how to simplify, how to clarify the question, because this is one of the most important part, is to find actually the good question. And the third one, how to design a project, which also highly important. Of course, every time you are asked to achieve a certain stage, so in the first 3 months you were asked to draft your PhD thesis, the healthcare delivery science methodology, and start the data extraction. After the first 3 months, 78 of you stayed in the project, and I am happy to see that 74 of you achieved the second stage, the 6 months progress report. Unfortunately, 9 students, or fortunately, couldn't reach actually this stage. So it's very important that this program was designed to have a certain speed of activity. And those students who couldn't reach the activity for irrespective matters, they are not in this program. We made an agreement with the head of department and institution leaders that those needs to go back to the healthcare, daily healthcare activity if they are not doing the scientific activity as high as like those you are here. It's very important to acknowledge your head of departments and also the institute leaders, because they let you go for this program and they need to replace you at the work, because each year the number of patients exactly the same, not less. And until you are here, they need to manage your place. So they have an expectation from you to go forward. This is your duty, and only those students can stay here in the program who is in a certain tempo, a certain pace can go forward. So in these 3 months, you learned how to write an article. This was a very important phase. How to communicate professionally your scientific data, and very importantly, how to interpret for the daily clinical work your scientific results critically. But of course, you were entitled to complete your research, to show results, and present your achievements. This is a summary of the 74 projects, your first project. I'm happy to say that 6 of the projects, the manuscript is already finalized and in internal review. 24 of the projects have already completed results to write the article and submit it as quick as we can. 39 of you have preliminary results, and 5 of you have no results yet. But for these students, this was due to the size of the projects, because of course each project have different amount of work to do. As we already acknowledged last year, we had an innovation that we really want you to be involved, not only actually in your presentation, but also in the scientific discussion, because this is what you need to do at the patient side, to discuss what to do with the patient. So those who are active here as questionnaire will get an excellent questionnaire certificate, but most importantly, we'll get a very nice bottle of wine. We always acknowledge the best performances. The best students for February was Martin Pop from the miscellaneous group. The best supervisor for February was Kristina Hagymási from the GI group. Thank you very much for your very hard work. Concerning the best of the group prize is not coming to the GI group this time, but of course it's already came twice to gastroenterology, so that's I think it's we will see on Thursday who will get it. Concerning the SMSs, it's also a decision whether come which group and which people, which scientific methodology supervisors the prize coming, and I am more than happy to now announce that this time is coming to Annette Rans, who is a methodology supervisor of the GI group. And there is one prize left. Of course, we have really dedicated project students, and you know how much work we have to do for all of the projects. And actually, without their work, plenty of projects would run much slower. I am more than happy to announce during the GI meeting that this time the prize is coming to Brian Phillips. So please come over, Brian. The best statistician was Nelly Farkas this month. As you know, we have a really large statistician team, and this is a collaborative work between the University of Péter and Semmelweis University. Nelly Farkas is the leading statistician at the University of Péter, but continuously working on Semmelweis projects, and this time she received the prize from Andrea Harnos, who is the leader of the statistician group. So we always have meetings and always have other activities like the social sports club, arts club concerning the year. So we not only have scientific activities, and always we go to theaters, and thank you very much for the teams organizing it, especially Fanny Mesneric, who has a great work every time to organize the event. And of course, always each year, the most important party is the Gatsby party, and this month it was also really successful. I always like to finish my presentation with a message for you to take home. One of the, I would say, game-changing ideas for you to understand is about the success and knowledge relationship. I think one of the biggest mistakes by universities and academics that they believe that success equals knowledge. So if you are more knowledgeable, you get a position, you stay in the position, and actually this results success. But unfortunately, this equation is not equal, because success is always knowledge times activity. It doesn't matter how smart you are if the activity is zero. Actually, we analyzed plenty of universities, the senior physicians, and approximately 60 to 70% of them have no papers as corresponding authors or first authors in a year. So 2/3 currently are not active. This is what we would like to change, that those who work at the university have active. Because if you are knowledgeable, it's necessary. This is the basis of success. And you multiply with the activities, this will result success. And it's very important from you that you have no knowledge in methodology of healthcare delivery science. But when you later on in your career will go to work in a daily activity, the knowledge will be success for you only if you keep your activity going. This is very, very important. And this is why I put this, that what is motivation and commitment? Motivation is very important to start. How many times in 1st of January you said, I will do sports activity in this year, and you start with high motivation in 1st day, 5th day, 7th day, and so on, and after it decreasing, and from March you are not doing? How many times you wake up in the morning and looking at, oh my goodness, I have 500 articles to go through and to extract data from these 500 articles. No, I am not motivated. So success can be if you active every day and you have a commitment. And commitment means, doesn't matter whether you are motivated or not, do the action. Do it, do it, do it. This is the 3 most important words, I think, in science. So thank you very much for your attention. Enjoy the day. Thank you.